Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Everything Happens for a Reason podcast. So today I have a new guest with.
Hello.
I know her from back home, and she has also quite not recently. You've been here nearly a year.
Yes, actually. It's been a year, I think now. That's crazy.
That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. So we both moved from the same town in Northern Ireland, Dungannon.
Woo.
For any of you that are blessed to know, we love it over there. City, yeah. You know, it is like considered like a pretty big
Yeah, like best kept town in like 1904.
Is that a fact, or did you just make that up?
Well, Cookstown is, so I'm sure Dungannon is too.
Oh, as well, keeping it up. But yeah, and obviously we've both moved here, and our experiences with moving here, I feel like, have been very, very different though. Like I was just a little delulu and just packed my bags. You had a whole ass family.
Yes, I did, but do you know that ours wasn't planned either?
Really?
No, like not at all. So what happened was that obviously me and Shane both like weren't fans of Dungannon.
That's a nice word to put it.
And to be honest, like the career just like for me, I had my own salon. Everything was like fine for me. But in terms of his job, like it really, there was no progression. And we were like, we'd never, like the plan was never to stay there.
Yeah.
So he was traveling for his work in and out of Dubai. And he was like, do you know what? Like, let's move to Dubai. So I was like, well, we've got 2 kids, a mortgage, just got married. And I was like, should we like, wait, I don't know, plan more. But it was just like 2 weeks later, he was living here.
Oh, did he move before?
Yeah.
You moved out?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's supposed to be, I was supposed to stay in Dungannon for 6 more months. And then it turned out to be 2.
Yeah.
Because I could not stay any longer.
That's completely fair enough. And I know you sort of mentioned that like you knew you weren't going to stay there anyway, but did you have any idea where you were planning to move? Or like did you just discuss anything?
To be honest, no. Like there was no planning. There was no like backstory or any like huge plans and do's and don'ts like or pros and cons. No, it was literally like we need to get out of here. And I think Dubai was the first place that we were like huge opportunities, like nice lifestyle, good weather. And for me, I was like, I want to raise my kids somewhere where it's gonna be like, not narrow-minded, very like open-minded, very inclusive. And I thought, this is great, like let's just go there.
Absolutely. And even for the safety factor, I think over here, like I feel like a lot of people are scared to bring their families over here just because it's so culturally different. But
yeah, the stories, like I don't know about you, when you said that you're moving, like I'm sure you heard a few of them, and like,
100%.
how many of them are actually like real? None.
But this is the thing, like there's going to be stories everywhere. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah,
Dubai is known for being the safest city in the world for a reason.
Yeah, I know, but you hear so many stories, and it normally comes from people that actually haven't been here.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are you saying something like such a statement like thing if you're not actually sure, because you've never experienced it firsthand?
Literally. And it's funny you said that, because like one thing that I was like constantly told, I was meant to come here on holidays before I moved. That never happened.
Same. I've never been here before, only I moved. I didn't even know where I was gonna live.
Literally. I remember you voice noting me, and it's so funny how we became friends.
Oh my god.
So random.
Well, we've actually known each other before, like.
Yeah, but if we both lived in Dungannon, we wouldn't be close.
No.
Like.
No, we definitely wouldn't. No. But I just like, I seen you and I was like, has she moved there? And I was like, I'm moving there. Like, let's be friends again. But I think, to be honest, like, I would do that so often here. Like, if I seen someone, I would just reach out. Whereas back home, it's so like, why is she texting me?
110%.
Yeah.
You said that because I was talking to Natalia about this, and like back home it is so hard to make friends as an adult, because everybody's just judgy, like why is she doing that, why is she on social media. Over here you'd be walking through literally anywhere and somebody's standing there with a tripod talking to themselves, like
It's so fine. Like, you just walk on.
literally.
The thing is, it's not even like girls, it's not even like young people, it's literally everyone. Like, try to walk into like a local bar like in Dungannon, like it's the same people all the time, and a new person walks in, and even like the older men, like I'm not saying this in like a creepy way, but they're like, who's this, and like who's her parents, and like everyone wants to know where you're from, like who are you, like you don't come here.
Everybody needs to be in each other's business.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I don't know, it's nothing's like, oh, she's just came for a drink, like it's normal.
Yeah.
Normal thing to do. Do you get me?
110%. It is, but like At home, everybody knows each other, but they know each other for that reason that you mentioned. Like over here, you go out and you don't really care what anybody's doing, and I feel like everybody's very open-minded in that sense.
Yeah. And I think also like people's mindset, I don't know why, but like I feel even my mindset, like whenever I was back in Dungannon, it was so different to what it is now. And it's like an instant switch.
And why do you think that is?
I think it's because like, for example, like certain, I think it's the fear of judgment, one, but I also think that because of like you sort of become like who you be with, who you're surrounded by. And if you are surrounded by people who are super like, oh, it's weird to like stand out, or it's weird to wear this, like how many times have you heard, I don't know about you or your friends, but like even my mom was like, oh, I love this, but like I couldn't wear it here. And I'm like,
Why?
why?
Yeah.
But I was the same. Like there's certain things that I was like, oh, like I like that, but where am I gonna go? Or what? Or even if I can go somewhere, like I'm not going to wear it because I'll be like, who does she think she is?
Exactly.
Whereas here you don't have that.
100%. And look, I think over here it is just different. Like even me and you had this conversation about like designer handbags. Do you know what I mean? Like over here, everybody's walking with designer handbags. It's just a normal thing. If you can buy one for yourself, amazing. If somebody buys it for you, even
Better.
do you know what I mean?
100%.
But back home, it's like, oh, look at her walking around with her Louis Vuitton, or
She do like, and she's not even that busy, and like, oh,
literally,
girl, just like give someone credit.
literally just let me have my handbag and let me fucking enjoy it.
Be.
But you know what it is, and I don't want to, like, not everybody's like this, and I don't want to slate people, but I think that's like, because I was very much so in that mindset beforehand too. Like I think traveling is what opened up my mindset to like, I don't actually give a fuck what others do. I don't give a shit what they think about me either. Like I'm doing my own thing. As long as I'm happy and they're happy, who the fuck cares? Whereas where we're from, everybody needs to know, and everybody needs to be concerned and worried and talking about something for what?
For what? Yeah, exactly. Like but to be honest, I think it comes from like, this is gonna be a big statement, but I think it comes from like when you're so unhappy within yourself, like your job, your position, where you live. Not, it doesn't have to be materialistic things, but like if you're not happy, you're gonna hate on everyone else, and that's so cliche to say, but
It's true.
It's true.
Of course, like a happy person, like one thing I always say is like somebody that's successful, for example, will never look down on somebody else.
No.
You know what I mean? Whereas somebody who's doing nothing for themselves will be like, oh, who did they think they are, or why are they doing that?
It's so annoying.
But that's coming from jealousy, envy, and insecurity. It's those three factors that are affecting that. And I feel like we said, where we're from, it's all about that. And like, do you notice when you go back? I always say go back home. It's not really home for us anymore, is it? Like,
But this is so funny because I had this conversation with a girl at work today, and she was like, where do you consider home? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I actually don't know. Like,
Poland, Dungannon here.
I mean, I moved out of Poland when I was 9. Right?
Yeah.
So like, you're a child, you've experienced your childhood, but that's it. And then I moved to Ireland. And to be honest, like Ireland for me has just been trauma. To be honest, like as soon as I arrived there, I got bullied from I was literally like 9 till I was probably left like college, like 16.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, that place just traumatized me. And then after like things settled, and obviously I had my family, my house, like found some like proper friends. But I think you always have that in the back of your head, like what like you initially experienced when you started living there.
100%, yeah.
And for me, that was like a huge factor of why I wanted to move out, because I've had my kids, and I knew I knew it always from day dot, even before I had them, that I never wanted to raise my kids there because of like what we've been speaking about. Yeah, not even the bullying, but like even the mindset, like the whole like tunnel vision things. Like I didn't want them to have that. Or even more so, like the religion, or like the discrimination, like for even skin colors, background, where you're from, like what I've experienced firsthand. Like in Dubai, everyone's from everywhere. You don't not belong because everyone's from everywhere, right? So
There's literally like no locals left here. It's kind of sad.
no, that's what I mean. Like what the hell? But whenever I joined school, I remember like I was the only foreign person in the class.
Or the odd one out.
Yeah, whereas the kids have joined here, and they haven't even really felt the transition, because like, I mean, nobody treats them differently, right? Nobody says, oh, these people like have came over from Ireland. Like, it's not a thing.
And that's actually really, really good. Do you know what I mean? Especially for it being such a big city. Like if Dubai wanted to, they could be very culturally immersed. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God, 100%.
Like the UAE in general is very specific with their rules, with what they want and stuff like that. But it is the most inviting country to bring in people in. Like it gives everybody opportunities to have a better life. Like obviously that's why our families moved to Ireland, for example. It was for that, for higher standard, better quality of life. But it's not inviting in Ireland. It's like, okay, you go work there and you're basically a slave for the first 10 years and then you're going to get a better job once you have the language and everything built up.
It's true. But do you know what? What I respect here, and like even whenever I speak to locals at work, like I always say, you know, I'm like, hats off basically for being so tolerant. Because like the culture difference between like us from like Eastern Europe
Yeah.
and locals is huge. Like it's polar opposites more or less. How you dress, how you behave, like even your personality.
Yeah.
And we're coming into their country, like walking around the beaches in the bikinis, going to beach clubs.
Actually disrespecting them.
Yeah, exactly, drinking alcohol. But like obviously Dubai has been built on expats, so they respect that. You know, it's like something for something, right? Of course, as long as you respect their culture still. Whereas I feel in Ireland, the culture is very similar. Like Eastern Europe and like Ireland or North, wherever, it doesn't matter, the UK in general, the culture is so similar, but people are so, now I'm not speaking for the whole obviously nation, but from what obviously there's more nice people, like there's what I can't speak.
Yeah, not everybody's dickheads.
Exactly. The majority of the people are not like this, but the minority is so old fashioned in the mindset of like, where are you from? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like judge you basically on your nationality, your skin color, whatever.
100%.
And we're so similar. Like, what is different between our culture and theirs?
And you know what another thing is, I think in particular with Northern.
North.
That's my Northern accent coming out. Northern Ireland is the religion side of things. Like the Protestant versus Catholic. And the reason I wanted to bring that up, and it is going to be a touchy like subject for people, but the UAE is obviously has their own religion. They're Muslim. Do you know what I mean? Which a lot of people will hate against. Like from Ireland, they would be like, what the fuck? But they're the most inviting people. Like nobody here expects me to convert to Islam. Do you know what I mean? No.
Or to fit in, for that matter.
Exactly. They don't care what I believe in.
Ramadan, like nobody cares. Like as long as you're respectful, right?
But that's exactly it. And that's all it comes down to. And it's like, if you're entering a country and you're respecting what, you know, they believe in or whatever, because what I was saying is like I was meant to come here on holidays, and before coming on that holiday everyone was like, be careful with what you wear, like you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to like hold hands and random shit like that there.
I actually forgot we were talking about that because we got sidetracked so quickly.
But Dubai's not like that at all.
No.
You live you're just as free as anywhere else. You just have to be more respectful. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to the mall, you are respecting their culture, so don't dress like a slag. It's literally that simple.
Yeah, but I mean,
But they wouldn't say anything to you.
even if you have any like decent upbringing or any like manners or common sense, you know, you will know this. Like, you're not gonna go in a bikini or a see-through dress. Like, you're not, because even if nobody said anything to me, I would not feel right within myself.
Well, that's exactly it. And it's just something that's always in the back of my mind. Whereas people are like, but it's people that haven't been here to experience it. They're like, it's so strict over there. It's ridiculous. You're not allowed to do anything. I live my life the same way I lived in Ireland, but I'm actually probably more mindful of other people now than I would have been back home, which I would take as a positive because I'm being more respectful to other cultures. I'm actually taking time to learn about other cultures as well, rather than being set in my way, like this is how it is. Like down to simple things, like I remember people used to talk, or like still do talk, like how, say, like Muslims would treat their wives and stuff like that. Like it's such a negative thing.
They get a new bag every week. They're fine.
No, but like just because it's not maybe the way we would have grown up, do you know what I mean, or what we believe in, like we're meant to be against that. But when you actually have a conversation with, for example, the wives or whatever, or like the husbands are allowed to have 4 wives, the wives are okay with it most of the time. Do you know what I mean?
And also, like, I'm pretty sure, like, I don't want to say this and it not being true, but I'm pretty sure that they have to give consent as well.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah, so it's not like, oh, that's it, like, I'm getting 4 more wives and you're
Gonna hunt back.
you're just pushed in the corner. Like, it's not the case. And I feel like Before, I'm not gonna lie, I would have been probably a wee bit more like narrow-minded when it comes to things like this.
Same.
But now that I've actually gotten insight and seen how things actually are, I feel like, I don't know, in general, I think not even just this, but everything else, I'm a wee bit more like, maybe like more open-minded, you know?
100%. And I'm the exact same. If it wasn't for me moving here, I wouldn't have been like interested enough to learn more about it. Do you know what I mean? And understand their perspective better and stuff like that. But that's just because the way we've been raised. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the way, it's what we know.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like for example, people that don't leave our hometown or don't leave Ireland, they don't even immerse themselves to experience different cultures. It's their way or no way.
That's the thing. And I feel like a lot of people, this is going to be like, do you know what, I can just see this being like this girl and her mindset. But to be honest, like it's okay for everyone from Ireland to go to like, I don't know, Portugal, Krakow, wherever in Europe, the countries that they don't want to see in theirs.
Yeah.
And go on holidays and enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks, and enjoy the culture, yeah? Because that's, why else are you going, right? You can go for a sunbed and go for drinks up the town. Like, you know, you're going for the culture, for the people, for everything. But it's not okay if them people are close to your home.
Yeah.
For me, that's selfish. But it's also like, if that's your mindset, just don't go anywhere. Just stay where you are if you're so happy with what's around you, right?
But that's exactly it. Why do you go on holidays? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's so true. It's like it's like the people that be like, even speaking, for example, you that go to Spain, for example, and get mad at the waiters because their English isn't good. Like, you are in their country, you need to respect their culture, not vice versa. Like
I've been here literally a year, and I'm like, I've learned the Arabic like alphabet. And I know
that's actually very impressive.
No, I know, but you know what? This is so like, I don't understand a thing. Like, you can literally talk to me, and I will not have a notion of what is going on. But like, when, for example, I'm in a taxi, and I'm like, I can read the sign, right? And this is not me literally trying to speak Arabic within the year, but this is literally me trying to make an effort, right?
Handbag.
Yeah, no, not the handbag. I've already got one. No, but you know, I think it's just, I don't know. For me, when you move to Ireland, you learn English. You don't expect them to understand you, right?
Yeah.
Here is a wee bit more open-minded, but I mean, I still like to say please and thank you, or I don't know, read a sign like where I'm going. If there's no English, like I want to be able to see where, you know, like I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No, but I agree, and like I'd be interested in that. Again, it's just learning about different cultures. Do you know what I mean? And that's all it comes down to. Like, it is like, yes, I would say English is probably the primary language here at the minute. Like,
sure,
everywhere speaks English, but it'd be impressive.
You don't need to put in the effort. Like, if you don't want to, you don't need to put in the effort to learn it. But I'm like, especially if you see your future here, it's different if you just come for the year or maybe 2, or like you're unsure like how long you're going to be here. But for me, like, my kids are in school.
Yeah.
I can't move my kids in and out of different countries or different schools every 2 years. Like, for us, hopefully, like, obviously you don't know what's going to happen, but I can see another like 10 years here minimum. So if I'm going to be here for 10 years, I want to at least like it's not even for other people, it's more for myself. I want to like grow and develop as a person, you know what I mean? I know 2 languages, and obviously you do as well, and I feel like it's easier for us to pick it up. So
100%.
So why am I going to sit here and just be easy and go for comfort and speak English to everyone? I am at the minute, and I probably will be forever, but at least I'm trying, right?
Yeah, 100%. How's your kids finding it?
Honestly, like, they have never mentioned like missing home, which is, they're young, right? Don't get me wrong, like Leo's 3 and obviously Lana is 4, so it's not something that they would be thinking about, you know, like, oh,
Leo's younger than Lana.
Oh, what did I say?
Yeah, other way about.
Leo's 6, Lana's 4.
Oh, you said Leo's 3.
I said 3. It's been a long day.
It's okay.
4:30. Please give me some credit, honestly. Anyway, they're young.
Yeah.
Like,
not 3.
Don't come at me. They're not 3, no. Yeah, I just don't think it's on their mind. To be honest, they always said they miss rain.
That is mental.
It's so crazy.
That's like the one thing I definitely don't miss.
I will never understand that, no matter how open-minded I am. I'm never gonna get that. Like, I miss like a nice cloudy day with like no heat, you know?
Yeah.
But not rain, like too far.
No, but I feel like winter here is nice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that can be your cloudy day.
But summer's coming, girl.
Summer's here. It's like 41 this weekend.
I'm going to Poland.
Oh, you're going to like 18.
Yeah, do you know it was snowing there last week?
Oh,
It was like minus 10 degrees and now it's 24. So I'm like, we'll see.
what happened?
Do I bring the coat or swimsuit?
Both. But yeah, no, 100%. And if we sort of refer back to obviously like coming from a small town in general, like, do you think that made it harder for you or maybe easier when it came to moving to, because we moved to the biggest city in the world, the most developed city in the world, from not a very developed city. Do you know what I mean?
From like, you can't even eat anywhere after 4 p.m.
Honestly, what is that about?
No, girl. I literally like, where we want to go for food. You always end up in Viscounts, don't get me wrong. Shout out to Nigel, like, best food ever. But you don't want to always eat it like a big fancy meal, you know?
No, like on it. So funny you mentioned that, because whenever I was like catching up with people, I'm like, right, let's go grab some food. I'm like, I can see you after 4 o'clock. Even coffee.
No, you're not.
The only place that's open is Costa till 6. I'm like, what the fuck do you do here in the evening? Like, my night starts at 9 p.m. I'm going to the mall shopping for my weekend outfit at 9 p.m. tonight.
No, I know. It's open like, what, 12 at the weekend. But the thing is, again, come at me if you want to, but I think that's where all the, not all, don't get me wrong, because obviously there's trauma, there's different factors that contribute to this, but I think that a lot of like drug, alcohol problems in especially teenagers and like young people come from the fact that you cannot do anything after a certain time.
100%.
Nothing for young people to do in that town.
Not even after a certain time. There's nothing to do, period.
Like, where are you going to go? Bowling in Craigavon?
Yeah, and that's only opened a few years ago.
That's not a thing to do for a 15, 16-year-old. Like, it's not. So what do? You go drink in the car park in the field.
The lines.
Down the lines.
We love the lines.
Yeah, to be honest, down the lines was fun. Like, I would like my kids going there though,
No.
but it was fun. But again, we're lucky that we made the correct choices. Do you know what I mean? I still know some people that were there
Still there.
or still there, you know?
That is so fucking scary, because I obviously live near there, so whenever I'm walking the dog, I'm walking past, and like even when I was back there now, I'd be dandering around with my dog, do you know what I mean, minding my own business, and the wee 15-year-olds that I used to run around with and vomit in the bushes with, being very well behaved, by the way. I was over my drinking career by 18.
Yeah, me too. Actually, that's horrible.
Yeah, it is. It's so bad. But look, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I enjoyed it, loved it, had fun, calmed down. But that's the thing. Came out the other end of it. I was 19, started my own business. 25, like.
Yeah, exactly. But like, you had that switch where you were like, no, that's enough.
Yeah.
And I feel like that comes down to your upbringing as well. But also, like, your surroundings, your friends, and like what they're doing and stuff like that. Thankfully for me, bittersweet, because like I broke away. Whoa. I was kind of like, I sort of branched off and I had no friends for a while, and I was so like lonely at this time. Like, now looking back, I'm like, thank the Lord.
Needed that.
Like, thank God, because like I'm not, like, don't get me wrong, I don't really know what they're doing right now, but from the conversation that I had recently, it doesn't seem like it's anything worth having a conversation or worth taking advice from.
Yeah.
And that's a decision that I made for myself, that, you know, okay, this is not for me. And I feel like if it's not in you, you can get caught up in that, and then you can end up with obviously these issues. There's obviously been some like really sad endings, like from people our age as well, which is obviously horrible and sad to see. But I'm not going to blame the town, because you can't just blame the town. Obviously, it all comes down to your personality and your decision making. But I do feel like it's a lot to do with what there is to do and what there is to give your energy into and spend your time.
100%. And like I seen like a post recently, and it was like even talking about like the UK in general, and like understanding why people are in toxic relationships in the UK. And it's simply like, for example, here, if somebody's toxic, most of the time you're like, moving on to the next date. Do you know what I mean? Or like, there's so much to do. You can go to a beach club with the girls, you can go out for dinner, you can literally do anything by yourself here.
You can meet people easier, right?
Exactly. Whereas back home, and like this one thing I always notice when I go back, like I come home with stories, I come home with, I've accomplished this, I've done this has been super exciting, I've met this. Nothing changed.
No, but that's the thing.
Everything's the same.
And you know what, like, that's not even like, I'm not even like, haha.
It's sad.
It's actually scary.
Yeah.
It's actually scary, like how life doesn't move on. You see the same people in the same places doing the same things, and you know, some people enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I know a few people that are super content there, and they're really happy there, and I love that for them. Like, I genuinely do, and I kind of wish it was me, but I never settle.
Yeah.
Not for the place. I just don't settle. I always want the bigger and better, and I feel like that's just comes from my discipline and like.
It's a personality trait, isn't it?
Sure, and I'm happy like that people are content, but I don't understand how, especially there.
Yeah, 100%, and I completely agree, because I'm the same as you. Obviously, I knew from dead dot, like, I was never gonna stay there. I didn't know where I was gonna end up. I didn't even know what I was gonna do. I just knew that I wasn't gonna stay there. And like you said, there's a lot of people that are happy and content with where they're at, and that's fine as long as you're happy. But I also know that a lot of people are absolutely miserable and not doing absolute shit about it, and it's just because of their routine. You know, they go to a job they hate, they're surrounded with people that make them feel like shit.
They're doing the same thing though.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to a job that you hate and so is your 4 friends, then it's the norm, right?
Exactly, because you do. Like, who you surround yourself with, you become. If you're going to surround yourself with people that aren't moving forward in life and they're just stuck in the exact same cycle all the time, you will be the exact same. And it does take you to step away from that and actually be lonely, like you said. Like, sit there by yourself, have nobody around you to realize, like, fuck, I want more from life than this.
Yeah, like, it's definitely damaging to an extent though, like being by yourself and like seeing everyone go out and do things. But I mean, looking back now, at the time I was broken. Like, I was honestly so broken. I would say I literally had like, I went to counselling, I had like therapy for depression at the age of 16. Like, how does that even happen? Do you know what I mean? A 16-year-old, like, you should be thriving. You should be in like literally
Down the lines.
yeah, down the lines, having the best time of your life, you know. But everyone else seemed to have been, and I sort of felt left out, and I think that's what got me down. But looking back now, yes, it was damaging. It probably did leave me with some like slight trauma, but I would say that definitely there's more benefits than negatives. Like,
100%. And like, you opened your business when you were like 17 or something, weren't you?
yeah.
Like, that is ridiculously young. When you look back, like at 18, you didn't fucking know what you were doing.
No, I hadn't a clue, girl. I literally did not have a clue. Thankfully, my mom obviously was a hairdresser, so we sort of combined like what we knew, and just went with it. But it just was like a snowball effect after that, you know.
Yeah.
Getting staff and everything else was like so unexpected at the same time.
But this is the thing, if you probably didn't have that period by yourself at 16, 17, you wouldn't have done that, because your life choices would have been probably different, or you would have maybe ended up going to uni just to follow the crowd because that's what everybody else would have done, or your surrounding friends.
100%. It definitely I would say that if I was surrounded by the people that I was surrounded by and had the boyfriends that I had at the time, boyfriend actually one.
How many did you have?
I'll sound like a real player, but no, I definitely wouldn't have done it. I had no, honestly, I would consider myself as such a confident person. Like, I'm not shy. I'm quite confident within myself. Like, I'm fine. But the situation that I was in back then, I literally felt like I couldn't do anything. I wasn't like in any shape or form like, I don't know, considered as pretty, or like I felt horrible because of, I was so unhappy with myself that I actually forgot what my personality is. Do you get me? I lost myself when
100%.
yeah. And then now, not just now, like after I had kids and stuff, when you sort of just start doing your own thing, I find myself like, again, I sound like I've gone to Bali and found myself.
You listen to mine and Natalia's podcast. I'm telling you, like, you go to
True friend, right? But I feel like now I'm like, how was I insecure? Like, looking back, I'm like, why was I insecure? Why did I feel like I was ugly? Why did I feel like I was fat? Why did I feel like nobody wants to be my friend? Because I was just not a friend material. It's crazy, like how a place and people can impact like you and how you feel about yourself.
Absolutely. And it's so funny you mentioned that, like, that you were feeling that way, because obviously me and you met in dance class. What was it called? Fucking hell, what was it? Oh, I can't remember, but
I remember we felt so good because we were the oldest and we thought we were like literally like dancing.
no, you were a lot, like, I felt like you were a lot older than me.
Well, I am older than you, but how old are you?
25.
I'm 3 years older than you.
Yeah, which isn't, but like at the time when I was like probably like 11.
Senior.
She's senior. But I remember looking at you and going, that girl is so confident. Isn't that mental?
Are you serious?
100, I remember that to this day. I remember looking at you, and then I can't say his name, but he worked in bike counts as well.
Oh, Dan.
Yeah, I remember looking at him too and going, he is so confident. He's got his shit screwed on. Like,
That's crazy.
that's my first memory of you.
Wow, I definitely would not have said that.
Yeah.
I remember you being shy, and now I'm like, that definitely was a false perception.
No, I was very shy.
You were.
I was.
But why?
I used to be very quiet until I got into my rebel phase. Then I was just a piece of shit. Like,
I prefer a piece of shit, Aiste.
excuse me, I'm calm again. No, and then I was a piece of shit, and then I grew up. Definitely, like I feel like I had to mature very, very quickly because I didn't know what I was doing with my life in general. And now I'm just like, I give you the little bit of feral rat energy, but I've also got my shit together. Like,
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's about balance. Like, it's about how that you can still do your thing, but still have your shit together.
exactly. That's I'm just living.
It just took me 28 years to find that.
Just 28.
Yeah, well, oh my God, I'm 29 soon. May, June, July, August, 3 months.
Am I gonna be away for your birthday again?
Change the subject. Oh my God, you are.
What date is it?
10th.
Oh, fuck off. Move it to the 26th or something.
That's my dad's.
How good was that though? That's
Yeah,
generally psychic behaviour.
I think. No, that's my brother's. Whoa.
You sure it's not one of your kids?
No, it's my brother's. No, it's my brother's, and my dad's the 24th, okay? Sorry, Mom.
She's fine. But yeah, I suppose like maybe for somebody that is feeling stuck, whether it's in Dungannon, whether it's in Clono, wherever they're at, or anywhere, but they know that there's more to life, is there any bit of advice that you would give them? Like maybe when it comes to moving away?
You mean just moving away in general?
Not even like moving away being part of it, but like what would like say if you were talking to your younger self that just felt stuck and didn't know what she was doing, what would you tell yourself?
This is so horrible. Like, but I would literally be like, wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I genuinely would, because there's so many people try to speak nice to me, like my mom, my dad, like, Jowita, you're making the wrong decisions, like, you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people. And I was like, what are they talking about? Like, I genuinely wish somebody shook me and said, wake the fuck up. Because everyone was like so kind, like approaching me from such a kind-hearted
Yeah.
way. Whereas I think I just needed to be like, listen, this is what you're doing. Like, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. I probably would have snapped out of it earlier,
Yeah.
I would say, of like the whole situation that was going on at the time.
But that's the thing. I think you were also very, very young. Do you know what I mean? Like very young. How were you supposed to know? Because at that age, at 16 or whatever, your whole life is, your friendship group, what you do, school, that's all you know. Whereas like, I feel like if you went through that at the minute and maybe like circumstances changed and friendships walked away, you're approaching it completely differently. Do you know what I mean? It's always going to be sad. Do you know?
Oh, 100%.
Feel lonely, of course, but you will be able to see the blessing in disguise going through it all.
Yeah. And I also think like, this is crazy, but like, I know I'm 29 this year, but I feel like when I look back to 2 years ago and then 2 years before that, like, I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with me. But now that I say it, I'm like, right, that doesn't sound right. But I feel like I'm not the same person. And I don't mean like I have 10 personalities. I mean...
You do.
Yeah, I probably do. But, I just...
100%.
I thought I was making really good decisions and I was approaching situations correctly and like... But I wasn't. And if there was, I probably could change a few things. But it's crazy because, like, you think 27, 2 years ago, like, I mean, adult, right? Like, I've had my kids, I've had a mortgage, a husband. Like, you'd think your mindset would remain the same, but it doesn't.
Of course not. But this is the thing. But I feel like over maybe the last 4 or 5 years of your life, like, a lot has changed.
Yeah.
You went from being, well, not single. You haven't been single in a long time.
In a long time.
But, like, it went just from being you two. Then you had a baby. Then you had another baby. Then you bought a house. Then you shipped your whole family off to the other side of the world completely. Like, you are going to grow as a person going through all that because there's so much change constantly happening. Even though you would be considered as settled. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I hate that.
I hate that too.
I hate
You're not settled. But that from like somebody looking from the outside in, that's what they would like. She's got her family.
She's got everything.
She's got her house. She's got everything. But they don't realize like how much is actually changing on you as a person. Like even like you change career paths from moving out here to again the polar opposite.
That's crazy, right? Like, it's still my thing, but it's like if somebody told me that I was going to work and for an airline, like I would have like, come on, do you know what I mean? From going like running my own salon to doing like beauty treatments to like what? Well, I guess I still like look after their appearance,
Yeah.
but it's my thing, honestly. Like, and looking back now, even though I enjoyed the salon like dynamic, I guess, and like chatting to people, like I'm a social person, I love that aspect of it, but I feel like I'm more myself in this job.
And that's crazy. Do you know what I mean? And like everything happens for a reason and all that. But this is the thing, like you ran your own salon for a reason. You moved here for a reason. You applied for the job for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like it's you finding your path to where you are meant to be, if there's ever a destination with that.
Yeah, but do you ever think about like where am I going to be in 10 years?
No, you know why I don't think about that? Because I can't see that far. Like
Why?
honestly, like even see when somebody says write down your 5-year plan, like apparently that's really important to do as a business owner, by the way.
I have never done it.
No, I can't. I cannot visualize myself 5 years down the line. Like I need to have it like sussed out, right? Okay, by next month I want to be here, or by the next 6 months, this is what I want to have achieved. I can maybe plan a year in advance, but I think like even our living situations, like I'm single. Do you know what I mean? God forbid I meet somebody. Like she loves me for this, by the way.
No, I love you being single because like you actually bring all the stories. Like my life is so boring, like so settled, and I just do the same thing every day. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm just cooking dinner. Like she's places with people doing fun things, and I'm like, somebody's got to bring in the entertainment.
I just bring you the entertainment, exactly.
And I bring. What do I bring?
You ground me.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Are you joking?
Good thing you do ground me.
Like what?
So like you make it like whenever I'm stressed, you're the one you're the person that makes me like.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I love our wee rants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go.
That's nice.
Like before I moved here, me and her used to send each other like 8-minute voice notes and also reply to each other like every 4 days. But they would be like full on podcasts. Like I know about everything that has happened in your life, what started, what's ended before I even met the woman.
Yeah, I know. That's true. Like, I think I've like updated you on my whole life up until the point that we started speaking again, just so we're on the same page. Do you know what I mean? Like, no.
I seen her when she was 14. Now she's 28. There was 14 years of voice notes there.
Well, no, it was like you got the full. There was no page, like no pages unturned. Like you knew everything. But I feel like, do you know why I like what? Why I like being friends with you? Is because you're low maintenance.
Yeah, same to you.
Yeah, like I like honestly, not just that. Like
You're just fucking easy, that's what you are.
no. I mean, like I'm a kind of person that, you know, ADHD brain. It's not always in the mood to speak to people. It's not always in the mood to like reply to people. It's because it genuinely isn't me. Sometimes there's times that I actually would love to like sit and speak to someone, but it's just not in me. Like I don't have the energy for it. And there's days where I come back from work, I go straight upstairs and that's it. Like you're not going to see me again. And it's the same with friendships. And I couldn't do this like, oh, like why is she not replying? You know, it's just not for me. So for like when was the last time we spoke actually before this?
I think before I left.
Yeah, we spoke once when you were at home, right? And like you were home how long? Like
No. Oh, for a home for a month?
yeah, and we spoke once, right? But if anything happened, you would know about it.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Like, we always check in with each other. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't believe in that. Like, this is the thing. Like, you're busy, you're working, you have a family. I'm busy doing my shit. Do you know?
Doing whatever you do, girl.
Writing down the stories.
Being on your laptop at the Burge.
Surprise, surprise. My favorite location. But yeah, like stuff like that never bothers me, because sometimes it is that like I could be not busy and I just don't want to look at my phone. Like I don't care who's messaging me. Sometimes I just want to not use my brain.
Yeah.
Even if it's just low maintenance conversations. And then when we catch up, we don't shut up for like 6 hours. Do you know what I mean?
But that's, yeah. I think there's no point in like, I don't know, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, what are you doing? like I don't know what you're doing. Like, does it impact, like, maybe that sounds rude, but like I'm not a superficial person.
Yeah.
Let's put it out there, right? I am not a person to be like, oh, like what's the weather like today, or oh, like how are you, and not even wait for a response and walk on. That's not me. It's not me. I like to have a meaningful conversation, or if something's wrong, or like if I'm speaking to you about something that's new.
Yeah.
Like, when do we ever sit and be like, oh, like gossip really, or Never. Like, it's always like we get into this like deep subject and we're like,
Just spiral on for.
therapy over, home time.
Yeah, literally. Speak to you in a month again.
Yeah, see you next month. No, but it's true, you know? And I just feel, I don't know, I feel like that's good. I feel like that's like a real friendship, you know?
100. It's just a grown-up friendship.
Yeah.
No, and that's all it is. Like, I don't need to be speaking to you every single day. Yeah, of course, if something happens and you need me, call me. Like, I'm gonna answer most of the time if my phone's not in D&D. No, but like I'll be there essentially, and I know you would be the same. But for like day-to-day life, if we're living in the like we're both working Monday to Friday, do you know what I mean? And yeah, outside of that, what are you doing? Looking after the kids, like.
Yeah, no, but it's true. Like,
Yeah,
oh, what's new? Even like when my mom calls me, I'm like, girl,
every day.
you asked me. Like, the same thing. I'm at work, I'm home. I'm at work, I'm home. It's obviously different for you because like you work different places and like
But even at that
you still have a routine.
I'm still working, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
my mum, like, I have to FaceTime my mum every day because she's a little bit psychotic and, like, will convince herself I'm dead, right? But every single day she's like, what's new? I'm like, I woke up, I went to the gym.
There's the new law in the US.
Yeah! So actually I'm not allowed to dress like an Emirati as of today.
No, but it's true. Like, there's nothing really that goes on, you know?
No.
Even though we live in a cool place and it's super interesting and like there's a lot happening, like, I feel like when you live here, it's not a holiday.
It's not.
It's not a holiday. Like, you're not going to be in a beach club every day. You're not going to be like in Versace drinking coffee and buying like coats every day. You know what I mean? Like, you're just not. Like, the things that you see on Instagram, I do feel like they're a wee bit deceiving though.
100%. But look, most people that come here come on a holiday, so that's all you see. And also, even with me posting, like, I'm in a coffee shop most days, but I might be going to Starbucks or something. That's not worthy of me to post. But if I'm sitting there with a bird's view, I'm going to post that.
Yeah, because realistically, like, I'm not going to go home now and post a picture of my ceiling when I literally am dying because I'm so tired. Like, it's not interesting. It's not what you want to put out there.
Exactly.
Really, like, it's, you only post the positive things, right?
Instagram's a highlight reel,
Yeah.
you know?
And the only place you can take an interesting photo in Dungannon is Dungannon Park.
I wouldn't call it very interesting now. However, if there's a nice sunset,
Maybe only if it reflects off the water and there's not a green.
algae or something.
We sound like two snobs though, but we're actually not.
We're not. I'll never forget where I came from. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I always look forward to going home, and I'm looking forward to seeing my friends and my family and everything else. I just know that I wouldn't be the person that I am, and also, like, even in terms from a business perspective, I wouldn't be doing the things that I'm doing if I stayed where I was. That's all. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
moving here made me level up in a lot of ways. It also put a lot of extra pressure on me, which I need because I work bad under stress, and I wouldn't get that in Dungannon because I can live there comfortably. But I'm also unhappy.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of negative things that we said though is, and like regard, I've just been thinking while you were talking there about, like, you know, people's mentality and how they are. I think that comes down to a lot what has been going on in the place recently.
Oh yeah.
And like, I feel just because I'm Polish or you're Lithuanian, whatever, like, I'm not saying everyone comes to work hard. And I've just been thinking, like, you know, a lot of things that's been happening, like, if somebody came and done that in my town, I would be like, go home.
Well, that's exactly it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I always get so annoyed, like, say, if a Lithuanian man stabs somebody and they're then going against all Lithuanians, it pisses me off because I'm like, but that's not all of us. Do you know what I mean?
The same things happen in Dungannon.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly it.
And even with the locals.
Yeah.
No, that's what I meant, sorry. I meant to say, like, that even happens with the locals. It's not just Polish, Lithuanian or whatever. Like, when you actually think about it, like, a lot of the locals are, like, in the newspapers for murder.
Oh, 100%. It's just ignored.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's there, but they always pick out people that aren't from there.
Yeah. No. 100%. That went very deep. We just went to talk about people murdering people, but
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
it's fine. But I'm gonna wrap this up here. I feel this was actually quite an interesting conversation. We really went deep, didn't we?
That felt like 5 minutes.
It was like over an hour. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up here anyway, but thank you so much for coming on today.
Anytime, because I'm hungry, so you owe me one.
Okay. Well, I did ask you to come for lunch with me.
No, I'm joking.
Low maintenance friend and all of that. But thank you everybody for joining us, and I will see you next Wednesday.